Let's take a quick look at the world's best-selling electric vehicles for the month of May. You'll have to give me a sec though, I've noticed an issue here. We just need to fix this list. On this channel, we deal in reality, not delusion. So we'll need to get rid of the trans EVs clogging up this list and falsely claiming to be electric vehicles. There we go, that's better. Now that we've got that out of the way, the trans EVs are welcome to claim they're electric vehicles, but we know what's under the hood, buddy. A fully functional internal combustion engine. You are fooling no one. So please, get off the podium. Let's look at the world's best-selling electric vehicles. Number one, by a long shot, Tesla's Model Y. Selling over 93,000 units. Incredible effort when you notice that second place is roughly half that amount at just over 46,000 units sold. And for those unfamiliar with the Geely EX2, this vehicle, which only just outsold Tesla's Model 3, is selling like hotcakes in China with a starting price of under 10,000 US dollars. What's most remarkable about this is not the incredibly affordable starting price. There's plenty of vehicles like this in China. Low starting price, relatively low range, relatively low mass. Just don't get into accident and you'll probably be fine. Great value. Is that despite coming in at a starting price of sub 10,000 US dollars, it's still being outsold roughly 2-1 by Tesla's Model Y with a starting price of approaching 40,000 US dollars. Let's be really generous and say it's only 3 times as expensive, yet still selling twice as many units. Tesla's Model Y is the very definition of punching above your weight. Equally as impressive is Tesla's Model 3, a form factor, a sedan, less appealing globally than Model Y's form factor, still selling almost as many units as a vehicle, a quarter its price. Just imagine if Tesla was able to produce an extremely safe, that's the big caveat here, and compelling electric vehicle in a similar form factor to today's Model Y for a meaningfully lower price point. Can you imagine the kind of numbers we'd be seeing, the absolute dominance when it's already looking like this? But let's continue down this list. We'll skip over the 4th and 5th place on this list because they cheated. Pure electric BYD Song and Seal total just over 11,000 units. The Atto 2 slightly better, over 22,000 units. But the true 4th place on this list is actually the BYD Seagull / Dolphin Mini, almost 30,000. But as we continue to move down this list, aside from Tesla, does anyone notice a common theme among the companies we're seeing here? Geely, BYD, Xiaomi, Leapmotor, Li Auto, MG, Wuling. Anyone notice anything here? Because I think I've noticed something. The entire top 20, which included a few fakers, is comprised entirely of Tesla plus Chinese electric vehicles. We do not see Toyota or Volkswagen or Ford, Chrysler. I didn't see General Motors on this list, nor Honda, Jeep, Fiat. What's going on? This, ladies and gentlemen, is a peek into the future of the global automotive industry. Tesla dominating the rest of the list, comprised almost exclusively, or in this case actually exclusively, of Chinese-made vehicles. If your vehicle isn't extremely compelling, shout out to the Model Y and Model 3, as evidenced by their insane vehicle volumes despite the incredibly high starting price relative to everything else on this list. So if your vehicle isn't extremely compelling, also known as a Tesla, or extremely cheap and probably not particularly safe, but hey, I mean, 10,000 US dollars, you are getting what you pay for, then you are not going to be in business. Tesla has nailed compelling. There's no point even trying to compete. You'll never catch up. China has nailed cheap. Admittedly, these vehicles all being sold for small losses, but I mean, the consumer doesn't care about that. In time, some of these Chinese EV manufacturers will probably manage to streamline their production, delete a lot of vehicle models that aren't selling particularly well, focus on the absolute killers that are, for example, BYD, Seagull, Dolphin Mini, not that far behind Model 3. Some of these companies might actually begin to profitably sell these extremely affordable, compelling electric vehicles, joining the club of companies making money selling EVs at scale, which currently includes a whopping one name, Tesla. So where does that leave companies like Toyota, who today sell, call it 11 plus million vehicles per year, Volkswagen, around 9 or so million units per year? And the answer, of course, is up shit creek without a fucking paddle. They're cooked. Relax, I'm just kidding. Elon Musk and Tesla are here to save the day. Elon Musk on X posting Tesla will support FSD licensing by other manufacturers, which is, by the way, the only way any of these companies have/had a hope in hell of surviving the decade. Oh, hang on. Where? January 29th, 2022. This post is more than 4 years old, 4.5 years old, nearly half a decade old. Oh, silly me. I guess I was wrong. I mean, this is really positive news after all. Surely, given the fact that it's been nearly half a decade since Elon Musk publicly confirmed on X that Tesla would support FSD licensing by other manufacturers, they're all straight on the phone. Bro, what do we need to do to tee this up? We realize we're cooked. We don't want Chinese EVs to eat our lunch. So if we have compelling technology, exactly the same as you offer to your customers, industry-leading driver assist and eventually full autonomy, we'll actually be able to charge a little bit more, not just at the purchase price, but for ongoing software subscriptions to FSD. You'll take a cut, but we'll make a cut, meaning we can actually profitably continue producing vehicles, streamline our production, focus on a few category killers, go fully electric. And due to FSD, we can continue selling our vehicles even if we can't compete with you on cost for electric vehicles. That's okay because each customer who subscribes to the FSD we're licensing from you will be putting in our pockets, not just yours after the revenue share, but in our pockets alone, thousands of dollars per year in profits, giving us enough, hopefully, to survive. We've already realized that consumers want electric vehicles. We're not necessarily going to be the best at that, but if we have FSD, then we might be able to survive. So what do we need to do, Tesla? To, as soon as possible, begin offering FSD on our vehicles. After all, you said you'll support us in licensing your software, and that's going to save us an enormous amount of time, headache, and expense trying to solve autonomy ourselves and failing. We're not retarded, of course, therefore we'll just license from you and immediately begin putting sensors on our vehicles, also known as cameras, putting Tesla computers in our vehicles, the FSD computer. And a few years from now, once we've reached volume production on these vehicles covered in cameras, talked to your engineers and adjusted the software slightly for camera placement on our vehicles, we'll be offering this product to our customers for the exact same price you are to yours. We'll give you half the profit, we'll keep half, and things will be looking good. You know, it's kind of awkward. I'm usually all over Tesla-related stuff, so I don't know how I missed this post from Elon Musk, who was replying to some guy on X. Actually appeared to be in a bit of a back and forth discussion with some guy on X about Tesla and licensing FSD. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that. Anyway, I guess it's time to check in with Grok and get a status update on the number of legacy automotive companies who've since announced a partnership in which they'll be licensing Tesla FSD. All right, here's the prompt. You guys can pause and read it. Let's ask Grok. I'll set this to heavy because I really want the best possible answer. We don't want to miss anything, leave any stones unturned. Got the team of 16 agents currently working on this one. This is going to put together a comprehensive table of all of the automotive manufacturers who've publicly announced they're licensing FSD from Tesla. Plus, in addition, how many of those are already actually offering the product to their customers, not just in the early stages of teeing it up. We'll also have a list after the table of some of the commentary Elon Musk has had around FSD licensing subsequent to this original nearly half-decade-old post. I think I just saw something really weird in this answer. Let's scroll up. Maybe I imagined it. Quote, no companies have publicly confirmed that they will license Tesla's full self-driving technology. Extensive searches across news, earnings reports, and statements as of July 2026 turn up zero public announcements or confirmations from any automaker or other company stating that they have agreed to, will, or are proceeding with licensing FSD from Tesla. Elon Musk and Tesla have repeatedly expressed openness to licensing and mentioned unnamed early discussions or conversations with one or several major OEMs in 2023 and 2025 earnings calls, but that's a big but. No specific companies were ever named by Tesla or the counterparties. No joint announcements, press releases, or confirmations from any OEM ever materialized. Rumors and speculation did not lead to public deals. By November 2025, Elon explicitly admitted no major automakers are interested and talks were pointless or unworkable. I'll have Grok expand on that because I know what happened here, but I'll pretend I won't. Let's see what Grok really meant by talks being pointless and unworkable. Onto the table of companies having confirmed the deal. As we can see, literally none. Nearly half a decade later, zero confirmed partnerships for FSD licensing from Tesla. The remarkable thing is, after Musk's post, clearly some discussions did take place, yet amounted to nothing. What could possibly be the reason for this? I mean, I know, but I'll pretend I don't, okay? But first, some additional context. A June 2023 post from Musk regarding opening patents, supercharger, access for other companies and so on. Quote, Tesla aspires to be as helpful as possible to other car companies. We made all our patents freely available several years ago. Now we are enabling other companies to use our supercharger network. Also happy to license Autopilot and FSD or other Tesla technology. In April 2024, on an earnings call, plus some related X activity, Musk confirmed ongoing, quote, conversations with one major automaker regarding licensing FSD. He also said that there was a good chance that they would sign a deal this year, maybe more than one. He reiterated Tesla's willingness, quote, and we will license the tech to other car companies. Tesla would be happy to do such deals. The added context, and this is important, that any licensees would need compatible hardware like Tesla's cameras and processors. In other words, we would love to help you. Of course, you will also need to help yourselves by ensuring that your cameras are compatible with our software, that you have sufficient processors on board, maybe just buy Tesla computers from us because you can't run FSD without the right hardware. September 2024, same year, Musk says, quote, if I were another car company, I would license FSD. January 2025, there's more commentary. Musk pointing out the obvious, interest in licensing will be extremely high once it's obvious that unless you have FSD, you are dead. Now, hilariously enough, it has been obvious to at least some folks, self included, for many years that if you don't have FSD, you are dead. But apparently it still has not yet become obvious to many major automakers. Musk also added that Tesla would only pursue high volume situations. Now, let me translate this. If you're Volkswagen or Toyota, just hypothetically, or Ford or GM, and you approach Tesla and say, yeah, we would love to license FSD, but only for our extremely low volume vehicle that's basically going to be a massive fucking pain in the ass to Tesla for your engineers to collaborate and confer with our engineers to get this software working on such a low volume vehicle that it's not worth your fucking time. We're going to make it as hard as possible for you to help us, Tesla, because we actually want to die. We don't yet see the writing on the wall. We don't realize that if we don't have FSD across the board, we are dead. We're too retarded to see this inevitable future. Therefore, rather than saying, you know what, we want this on every one of our fucking vehicles ASAP so we can massively increase our revenue, our profits, make our products more compelling and survive the decade, we're not going to do that because we're idiots. Making it a massive headache for you, a huge burden of both time and money. What do you say, Tesla? By November 2025, the same year, Musk says, quote, I've tried to warn them and even offered to license Tesla FSD, but they don't want it. Crazy. When Legacy Auto does occasionally reach out, they tepidly discuss implementing FSD for a tiny program in 5 years with unworkable requirements for Tesla. So pointless, straight from the horse's mouth. The level of retardation and ineptitude on display from Legacy Auto here is truly unfathomable. Almost half a decade ago, Musk is like, bro, you're drowning. Quick, grab my hand. To which Legacy Auto responds, yeah, no, we actually don't think we are drowning. And plus, even if we were drowning and would need to firmly grab your hand ASAP, we're not going to do that. Actually, you know what? We're going to make it as hard as possible for you to save us from drowning. Sound good? Elon's like, bro, I'm telling you, grab my freaking hand. I'll do anything to help you as long as you are willing to help yourself by grabbing my hand. To which Legacy Auto says, yeah, nah, we'll be good, thanks. And that brings us full circle. As we can see by the list of the world's top-selling electric vehicles, which are the only kind of vehicles any consumers will be buying in the future, ICE is dead, trans EVs don't count. You know it, I know it. Let's move on. Legacy auto companies cannot compete with Chinese EVs on cost. If they were able to, you would see companies like Volkswagen and Toyota in the list of top-selling electric vehicles in the world. You don't. They also can't compete with Tesla in terms of making the most compelling vehicle money can buy. No point even trying there. Their only chance of survival is to offer something that's compelling enough, FSD, to consumers to keep moving their extremely mid vehicles. But they're too dumb to have taken any action in this regard. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Sometimes I say things that will occur in the future before they've occurred so that in the future I can go back and revisit the things I said would occur in the future before they happened and see whether or not they happened. This is one of those occasions. Back in June 2023, I said, quote, it's 2030. This is the list of the top 10 selling automotive companies by vehicles sold. Weird use of quotation marks. We'll get back to that in a moment. Number 1, Tesla. Numbers 2 through 10, Chinese EV makers. With one or two stunning exceptions of legacy auto companies that... By the way, this was before I realized they're too fucking retarded to license FSD. With one or two stunning exceptions of legacy auto companies that miraculously didn't go bankrupt and are still selling meaningful numbers of EVs. Put a pin in it. Number 1 Tesla, number 2 through 10 Chinese EV makers. And while it is not yet 2030, I think it is reasonable to say that the data so far seems to be indicating that this prediction appeared to have been directionally correct and may in fact turn out to have been right on the money, with one important caveat. I did assume when I originally posted this a little over 3 years ago that despite their obvious ineptitude, incompetence and severe brain damage, that some legacy automotive companies would at least have agreed to license Tesla FSD. I do need to apologise and correct the record and update this prediction. Turns out these motherfuckers are even dumber than I realised. I thought these quote-unquote automotive companies, which by then would realise that if they were just an automotive company, they'd be out of business and therefore they'd be licensing FSD, more of a technology company, a transport as a service company. I gave them far too much credit. Today's the day I decide that there are no such thing as miracles and therefore there will be no stunning exceptions. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate the content and want to support the channel, check out the links below where you can get early access to daily videos, unlock hundreds of exclusive pieces of content and plenty more. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.